What is really glorious with you guys? Ego killer Johann Francis. We're going to talk about building confidence. I need you guys to be able to move with confidence, and there's ways that you could start doing that today. And if I'm being honest with you, it's all about your butt, or better yet, your butts. That's right. You're going to figure out how to use your butt to build more confidence today. So look, guys, go onto the website egokillershow.com. The type of confidence we need to procure a better lifestyle, to build healthier relationships, to extend ourselves to other people and become solid foundations and pillars inside of our community, whether that community is 200 or 20 or even 5 people. We want to be stewards and watch out for each other a little bit better. That's one thing that I feel like is lacking in today's modern, fast-paced new world order. We forget sometimes how we can just take care of each other, watch out for our neighbor. We forget even, in fact, that we're supposed to be doing that. Building confidence in others and having confidence in ourselves only makes sure that when those turbulent waters come up, we're able to just right the ship. It isn't about me fighting off your ideology, you fighting off mine, us even coming to a consensus. But it's more important that we identify what it is. So confidence is super important. I feel like one of the last time I ever stopped smoking cigarettes, I used to smoke a gang of cigarettes. I used to smoke all too many cigarettes. I recall one time hanging out with my cousin, and we hadn't seen each other for a long time, and he said, "Hey, tell me you stopped smoking cigarettes." But he goes, "Tell me you stopped smoking." I go, "Yeah, I actually did quit." He goes, "Good, because you know what, bro? You smoked a lot of cigarettes." I went from smoking a lot of cigarettes to smoking none, because I realized at some point that underpinning all of the behavior changes and all of the bullshit, whether it was that habit or a number of other habits that I've changed, that I've watched you guys go through over the years, underpinning all of that was confidence. If you can kind of build yourself a nice bridge from one moment or behavior pattern to the next, that's what confidence is, essentially. I figured it out for myself when I started to think about my butts. When the confidence is on hit, your ability to learn is that much smoother. Confidence helps you become more pro-social with people. It allows you to look people in the eye when you're talking to them like you're about to ask for a raise. You don't go in there looking at somebody's shoes asking for a raise. You go in there chest out, chin up, all the things. That's because you want to exude a genuine sense of confidence. You build resilience like I talked about before, and not to mention, you start to take on more risks. Now, this is one thing that I feel like in our society these days, and maybe you feel the same way. Let me know if you do or don't. Our society is kind of de-emphasizing how much risk we're supposed to take on a daily basis, and I feel like that's just a horrible sentiment. Now, I don't have concrete proof of this necessarily, but I do remember a time where risk-taking was always important, especially if you're going to be an entrepreneur, especially if you're going to learn something new that's challenging. Instead of facing our fears, a lot of the time these days, we like to pretend at least that there is refuge from that. Where I think the message always should be that, yes, you have to face your fears, but you don't face them by only acknowledging that something is daunting, a new task is difficult, that there are extra challenges on your shoulders, but by learning to cope with that. Confidence helps you do that. It helps your risk-taking ability. You want to move with confidence better today? You're going to finish every one of your negative statements with "but." Throughout the day, some ridiculous amount of the things that happened to you yesterday, you forgot about like 15 minutes later, right? You're driving on a freeway, someone cuts you off right quick, right? And immediately you zone in on their license plate, the color, the make of their vehicle, and you're staring them down like you're trying to burn a hole through the back of their lift gate with your laser gaze. And you're just like, I can't believe this piece of shit right in front of him, and you're really mad. 20 minutes later, you couldn't identify the make, the color, nothing about that car. It's kind of like that with a lot of the moments in our everyday life. If negativity props up as quickly as somebody swerving into your lane, whipping around, and then bouncing off, leaving you frustrated and ready to chase them down in your whip. Instead, What you need to be remembering is that it's temporary. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not good enough, but I'm gonna try anyway. I hate taking the same fucking commute every day. It's bogging me down, but at least I have a job to go through. I hate the fact that all of the fucking healthy food that I like that's gonna help me lose weight tastes like garbage, and I can't find anything that tastes good and is actually positive for me. But at least I've lost a little bit of weight without eating all crappy food. Every time I jump off into the gym and I do my overhead presses, I sprain my shoulder. But at least I'm aware of the injury and I can spend some time working on it when I'm not pressing. Do the same thing with your negativity. Over time, what's gonna happen is you start to see how much control you have in your life. And guess what that is, my friends? Yep, that's using your butt, countering to build some confidence. Over time, what you're probably gonna recognize is that you have a lot more control over your life when you start thinking of your life as a function of your proaction rather than the world's reaction to everything that goes on around you. And by adding in these sentences that say, hey, shit happens, but I'm able to overcome it, you start to realize that probably a lot of the crap that goes on isn't really as huge as you make it out to be. And it becomes as forgotten as the road raging MF that cut you off in traffic, and forgotten as quickly and never to be thought of again. In a very real way, if you string these together and you start thinking about a series of countering thoughts, about a series of but statements, you build up your own proactivity. And after you build up enough of them, you'll probably see that what you're going through, whether it was me trying to quit smoking cigarettes on a daily basis, you trying to jump off into the gym and rebuild the broken knee, arms, neck, trying to rebuild habits for yourself, you're trying to move ahead and you're trying to build relationships, whatever it is that's challenging you, you start to see like, wait, I have so much more control and efficacy over that shit. If I just stay on course, which means over time, all I have to do is do that, stay on course. And if I can do that, maybe I'll see some changes. Try it today. You know something's been pissing you off. You know something's been eating at you. I hope not, but you're human. We're all human. We're all tasked with overcoming micro challenges on a daily basis. It's the reason that we're here on Earth today, trying to move ahead and trying to kill the ego, something that scratches away at us on a daily. Do it. Try to counter whatever it is that's going on between the ears that makes you feel a little bit worse. And remember that you have all the action in the world to make a positive move. Let me know what your move was today, what your countering was, and what did you say to get around it. Go ahead and let me know in the comments. Thanks for joining me. That'll be it. If you can master that, I guarantee you'll be walking around asking for promotions with ease because your chest will be out, your chin will be up already. And I fully expect that you guys will be upwardly mobile. I expect nothing less from you. And be sure to listen to Ego Killer Show, Spotify, Apple, all the places, and right here. So until the next one, please stay all the way up.